How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Truman Bradley. Let me show you something interesting. I'd like you to meet an unusual laboratory specimen. She represents genus Homo sapiens, some 2.5 billion of which inhabit the planet Earth. All she needs to sustain life for an evening is an eyebrow pencil, a small bottle of perfume, a lipstick, and some mad money. Here on Earth, she is comfortable as is. The pressure of the atmosphere on her body is perfectly balanced by an equal pressure inside her body, as in this bell jar, where the pressure is the same as that inside the doll. But suppose our young lady went dancing on Mars or the moon, where there is no atmosphere. The internal pressure of her body would have nothing to keep it from causing a disastrous effect. So she'd need a pressurized suit. She'd also need a plentiful supply of oxygen and a helmet which would protect her from cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, and falling meteors. Equipment to maintain the proper pressure in the suit, and a supply of food and water. Have a good time, dear. The point of all this is that the Earth, of all the planets and moons in the solar system, is the only place where the atmosphere, temperature, and pressure are suitable for life as we know it. But here is a creature which lives in the deepest depths of the Pacific Ocean. It exists under terrific pressure, such as would be encountered on the planet Jupiter, and without breathable oxygen, which exists on no planet but Earth. Does this mean, then, there are living beings on other planets? If so, what are they like? How do they thrive? Do they possess as much intelligence as we, or more? The search for answers to those questions is the theme of the story you are about to see. This is the home of two young scientists, Grace and Bob Lurie. Their scholarships did not include the price of a dining room table.
Hi, honey.
Hello, darling. Dinner's ready.
Good. Look, a fellow from Harvard got a new thermocouple reading from Venus.
240 degrees. Isn't that way too high?
Well, he claims not. He says he was able to penetrate the clouds and take his reading directly from the surface of the planet.
I should think all those clouds would make it colder on the ground.
Well, honey, those clouds aren't like ours. They let the sunlight come through, but they keep the heat from radiating back out into space. I'm gonna set our Venus at 240 degrees and see what happens. Grace, you're cute. Candles on an ironing board.
That's the silver lining in our clouds.
Oh, that must be Elaine. I'm tutoring her again tonight. Well, hi, Charlie.
Hi. Hello, Grace.
You're just in time for dinner, Charlie.
No, thanks. I just had dinner with Professor Adams.
What are you doing, bucking for a promotion?
Adams has been going through the lab equipment inventories.
Since when does the head of a department go around counting test tubes?
Since the dean went on an economy kick last week. You're short more than test tubes.
Well, I know, Charlie, but
What are you doing, pawning the stuff?
No, they're all in there.
What gives here?
Well, the gas in this bell jar is what we believe to be the atmosphere of Venus.
Venus, that's carbon dioxide, isn't it?
Mostly, plus some of the inert gases, minute percentages of ammonia and water vapor.
Well, what's the purpose of this?
To see if some form of life could exist on Venus.
Why Venus?
Because it's more like the Earth than any of the other planets.
It's a very hardy type of lichen. It's been growing in there for over 5 months.
Looks half dead.
Well, I'm hoping that over a long period it'll make adjustments to the environment.
Well, it's interesting, Bob. But why didn't you ask Professor Adams if he could use the equipment?
Well, I did. He said no. Present knowledge rules out the possibilities of intelligent beings on other planets.
Intelligent beings? You said you're interested in vegetation.
Only as a starting point.
Well, then Adams was right. Intelligent beings need water, oxygen, carbohydrates, which can only be found here on Earth.
Well, maybe the creatures on Venus are based on a different biochemistry. Say maybe nitrogen or sulfur.
Maybe they have green ears and smokestacks. Take my advice, Bob. Get all this stuff back to the storeroom in the morning.
Charlie, look, we've been saving up. Nickels, dimes, pennies, economizing everywhere we can. I've been doing a lot of private tutoring. In another month, I'll have enough money to replace the university's equipment.
So?
Well, can't you stall Professor Adams till then?
Sorry, Bob. The dean's on his neck. Don't worry, I won't tell Adams you went ahead against his wishes. You can fold up the stuff and return it before he gets around to asking any questions. Good night.
Well, there goes 2 years' hard work, just like that. No, Elaine. A bivalve is a shellfish, a mollusk, with 2 shells or valves.
2 shells? Like an oyster?
Bravissimo.
Shall I start taking things apart in the lab?
You might as well. What's a marsupial?
Well, it's an animal, isn't it?
What particular kind?
Is it one of those new mutation furs? Bob, can I see you for a minute?
The answer's right there.
Look. What is it?
Well, it's some sort of phosphorescence. Six foot candles.
What causes it? There's no phosphorus in there.
And no oxygen.
There's no law in science to explain a thing like this.
Well, it looks like we'll have to find a new law.
I'm scared.
You start the precipitation tests. I'll take pictures.
Yes, but what about Elaine? She has an exam tomorrow afternoon.
Well, tell her to come back at noon tomorrow. I'll give her 2 hours. That ought to get her a passing grade.
Bob. The light. It's gone.
You're right, it's gone. But the lichens,
They've grown.
that one little clump there that seems to have been clipped. You know, it's funny, but that species never grows that long. Not on Earth. Strength of light, 6-foot candles. Chemical changes caused in the bell jar. Carbon dioxide decreased about 3%. Water vapor increased roughly 1%. Oxygen increased 0.5%. And finally, methane formed 1%.
Methane? That's chemically impossible.
I think I better phone Professor Adams.
What is it? It's sunlight, isn't it?
No, look.
You mean it moved out of the jar?
Yeah, give me a thermometer.
It's moving. What'd you do that for?
Well, it got out through the bell jar. It might have gone out through the window.
It's gone back home.
It seems to be feeding.
It moves, reacts to stimulus, causes chemical changes in its environment, and it feeds.
It's as though it were,
Alive?
yeah, alive.
An astonishing thing has happened in the tiny backroom laboratory run by Bob Lurie. A strange form of light has appeared from nowhere and is behaving like a living creature. Bob is now confronted with the most challenging and frightening problem of his career, to find out what this light is.
What have you decided, Bob?
Well, right after I get through coaching Elaine, I want to work up a rough report and tackle Professor Adams. He's got to let us continue this.
It still scares me.
Hey, it's nearly 9 o'clock. Don't keep your students waiting.
I won't.
Define the term mammal.
Vertebrate animal whose female suckles its young.
Good. Reptile.
A reptile is a...
Hello? Yeah, Charlie. Well, not yet. Something's come up. Something that'll surprise even you. Well, look, I'd be happy to explain, but can't I make it after 2? I've got a pupil here now, and Okay. Okay. Professor Adams wants to see me right away.
You're a big help.
I'm sorry. You just stay with chapter 5. I'll be back in a half an hour.
All right. At least it's easier to study here than at the sorority house. What's going on in there?
I'm running an experiment. Mustn't be disturbed. You just keep your nose in that book.
move the equipment.
Yes, Professor Adams. The missing equipment is in my lab at home.
And you took it without my permission.
Yes, sir, but before you pass judgment on me, would you be good enough to look at my notes?
The atmosphere of Venus.
Yes, sir. That's carbon dioxide plus minute quantities of...
I can read. 240 degrees.
That's according to Merkland at Harvard.
A ball of light. Is this some kind of a joke?
Well, no, sir. Here's a picture of it.
He claims it moves of its own volition and causes chemical changes in the bell jar.
Chemical changes? How?
Well, I don't know. Not yet.
Shall I investigate, Professor?
No. I'll take a look at this myself.
What happened, honey?
I don't know exactly. I got in a few moments ago, and Elaine was out cold.
Unconscious?
It's Professor Adams, Elaine.
I think I bumped my head.
My car's outside, Grace. Take her over to the infirmary. Think you can make it all right?
I think so.
How did you bump your head, Elaine? On what?
There's something in there.
Don't bother looking, Bob. It's gone.
Why did you open the door? Did you see the ball of light?
Ball of light? No.
Well, this morning I tried to get out this window. It must have escaped through the living room.
Are you sure there was a ball of light?
Yes, sir. You saw the photograph.
I'm sorry, Bob. I must ask you to return the equipment to the stockroom right away.
Professor, you've got to believe me.
Look.
This is the wavelength curve made with a ball of light. That's all the colors of the spectrum. It's like sunlight without the ultraviolet rays.
I know how you feel, Bob. I had lots of pet projects of this sort when I was young. But I can't spend university money on a project that has no base.
There, it's come back. Only now it's got company.
12-foot candles. Incredible. Incredible.
I was as surprised as you.
There must be some chemical explanation, some impurity in the jar.
Oh, I spent 6 hours last night checking it. There isn't.
And if your data is correct, these things not only feed on the lichens, but they manufacture water vapor to cultivate them.
You know what these things are like, Professor? Those balls of fire that were seen maneuvering over Lubbock, Texas a few years ago, the ones that started all that talk about flying saucers.
And we can investigate that later. Our first problem is to find out if these creatures are dangerous.
Are you sure you bumped your head?
Oh, I think so, but I'm not sure.
Well, you'll be all right. Just relax here for a while and stay out of the bright sunlight until your eyes feel better. This is a weird one. She has eye inflammation like ultraviolet ray burns.
Are you sure?
I'm certain. What could have caused such a thing?
Well, we have an experimental lamp in our lab, but it doesn't put out any ultraviolet.
Oh, it must. So whoever goes near it had better wear sunglasses. A little more exposure and that girl might have been blinded.
Blinded?
She was very lucky.
Yes, Charlie, I've seen them. So I'm going to stay over here for a while. You take over for me this afternoon. No, don't say anything to anyone. Not yet, at any rate. Yeah. Yes, goodbye.
they've reproduced again. One of them simply divided in two.
Like living cells reproducing. It's amazing.
Apparently, they multiply several times a day.
At that rate, they could get out of hand very quickly. In a very few years, they could engulf the Earth.
Well, why haven't they engulfed Venus?
They have, for all we know. But the glow's obscured by the cloud layer.
They're moving again.
Formations.
Like the Lubbock Lights.
They seem to think and communicate. It's fantastic.
They're looking for a way out.
Bob, watch out.
It's okay, I don't feel a thing. Yes, I do, they're warm.
I'll get them off you.
Oh, wait, they don't hurt.
Be careful, Bob.
It's all right. They're harmless.
They manufacture methane. That's far from harmless. Ask any coal miner.
Methane? Well, I don't smell anything. You know, it's funny, but I feel like they know me.
Bob!
In here, honey.
Bob, your eyes.
What about them?
Cover them. Elaine was nearly blinded.
What?
Yes, the light got in her eyes and somehow caused severe ultraviolet ray burns.
Ultraviolet?
You mean they produce ultraviolet rays at will?
Yes, as a weapon.
Get them off, they're burning my hands. It's all right, they've gone back in the bell jar. You're right, they attacked me.
Put some ointment on those burns right away. We've got to trap those lights in there where they can't do any more harm.
Trap them? How? They go right through the glass.
That's just the point. We need something that absorbs light, something they can't travel through.
What about a blanket?
Yes. Good.
Bob! Get a blanket, quick!
Sure, honey.
Get Charlie Irwin on the phone. Tell him to send a truck over here with a couple of men. We'll move this thing to the concrete room under the grandstand.
They didn't attack me until you frightened them.
Pressure in the jar. It's going up. Start the exhaust pump. The temperature's going up, too. Get out. The bell jar can't take that pressure.
Balls of light are gone.
In addition to their other talents, they know how to break out of jail.
Not quite.
Wait.
They're gone.
Explosion seems to have killed them.
Summary of 2 years' work. Nothing but some data that nobody will believe.
I'm not so sure.
Well, the whole experiment's ruined.
We'll rebuild it. The concrete room under the grandstand where we can control the results.
What makes you think we'll be able to get any results?
Why not? You did it once.
Knowledge is indestructible, Bob. You'll repeat what you did here. And when you do, a whole new horizon of research may open up. The world has far to go, and you've made an important step forward.
A step forward into the unknown.
Yes, our story was fiction. But it illustrates the fact that somewhere out in the vast stretches of the universe, there could be intelligent, living creatures existing in forms and under natural laws of which we are completely unaware. Perhaps one day our descendants will meet them. I'll be back in just a moment. I hope you enjoyed our story. We'll be back with you a week from today with another exciting adventure from the world of fiction and science. Until then, this is your host, Truman Bradley, saying, see you next week.